Well, welcome back to Dakota News Now. I'm Hannah Eckwell. Joining us here this afternoon, we're talking a little bit about Rachel's Race. It's a family-friendly 5K run, walk, and kids dash held annually in Sioux Falls. Now, it honors the life of Rachel Ortman and supports families who've lost a parent. Now, joining me with how you can get involved is Lana Hilgeman and Derek Ortman, Rachel's family and organizers for the race. How are you guys doing today?
Doing well, thank you.
I appreciate you guys joining us here on the couch. Now, you seem to have a pretty busy weekend ahead of you. Let's start off first. What is Rachel's Race?
Go ahead.
So Rachel's Race is an annual event that we have at Family Park in Sioux Falls, and we do a kids 1 mile run and a 1.5 mile walk and a 5K run in memory of my wife Rachel Ortman. And it's just a fun way for us to get together, celebrate Rachel, and help support other families who have gone through situations similar to ours, that we can kind of give a little bit of help and give them a little boost.
Definitely. And kind of going into an event like this, I know there has to be pretty much a village that comes together to put it on. So walk me through what people can expect going into Rachel's Race here this weekend.
Sure. So we have all kinds of activities. We have a kid zone, and that will include bouncy houses, face painting, balloon animals, 605 Ninjas bringing an aerial rig. And so they can expect, if they bring kiddos, to be occupied with that, as well as they can do the kids dash. We will have a food truck there. We have a little bit of a welcome ceremony, and then we start the running events. And so just a lot of community, lots of busyness for families, and just a fun morning.
Definitely. And Derek, for you, you kind of touched base a little bit on what Rachel's Race is, but what does it mean to you to have an event like this come together in honor of your wife, and just seeing all these kind of families, friends, community of Sioux Falls coming together for this event?
Yeah, well, selfishly, we always enjoy it because it was our Rachel, you know, and so anything that we can do to tell stories and hear stories from other people that we haven't heard, you know, from friends and family, but also just, you know, seeing that her influence over, you know, family time and how important that was to her and the running community. She was an avid runner, and to put those two things together and have people come and join, and it's just fun to have a family event. You know, we try to make it very kid friendly so that there's something for everybody there too. And that's just what Rachel would want. If there's any event, she would always want to know how to get the kids involved, or how we could all do it together.
Definitely. And it sounds like you guys have a pretty good start to that, as Lana, you were mentioning kind of the kids zone and 605 Ninjas, all those things like that. And so for anybody who maybe isn't already signed up, I know we can't get t-shirts still, but for anyone who maybe isn't signed up yet but is looking for something to get involved in this weekend, how can we look to do that?
Sure. The website is still up that you could register for. You can register tomorrow morning. If you just want to come out and just observe and participate, you can do that too. We can still use volunteers, so if you feel like, wait, I want to get involved, but I really don't want to compete, you can do that too. So you can just show up and do whatever you feel like your place would be.
Definitely. And those final details, what does that look like? Time, place, what are we looking at for tomorrow?
So tomorrow morning, the official kickoff time is 8:30 a.m. with the kids dash, and then we'll have a small little ceremony. We do have some families that we're honoring that we're able to give legacy gifts to, and then the running events take off after that. And kids zone and that type of thing is just kind of ongoing during the whole event.
Definitely. And Mike, I was going to say, what else do you have to add in there?
Yeah, that's the other big piece of the puzzle. There is the funds that we are raising through donors and sponsorships. That all goes to families who have experienced the loss of a parent. So our first year, we were able to sponsor one family. Last year we were able to bump that up, and we were able to give a legacy gift to 3 families, and this year we're able to bump that up to 5 families. So every year we've been able to give more and more money away to these families. And there's no strings attached. There's no nothing in particular they have to use it for. So whether they need it for bills, or if they want it for scholarship for their kid, or maybe it's just even going on vacation so they get to have a little more family time together without the distractions of everyday life, they're free to use those funds any way that they feel necessary.
That's incredible. Well, I do want to end us here on kind of a more lighthearted note, even though, we're talking about an incredible legacy here for Rachel. But I know you guys will be running around yourselves just having this event put on. Will you be participating in the 5K or the walk? What does that look like for you guys there tomorrow?
So I will not be participating in any of it because I always end up visiting with people and kind of missing the
Fair
kickoff.
enough.
So yeah, I'll be socializing.
I end up doing usually about the same thing too. I always make it up to Rachel's bench. She has a bench in her memory on the trail. So that ends up being mile and a half
Yes.
probably
Yes.
by the time that I do that. But nothing, I
100%.
don't do the timed race.
Definitely. Well, thank you guys again so much for joining us here today, and good luck with this event. We're excited for you guys to put it on in Rachel's honor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, thanks for sticking around. We've got a break for you here coming up next.